I have these two Leica ones with damaged cases which are in need of repair. So for this first case you can see that the piece of leather with the snap fastener on it has just become completely unstitched and is now hanging by just a thread. And you can imagine that quite a lot of strain gets put on that stitching whenever you open or close the case, so it is a common issue. And another common issue is what you see with this second case. So you can see just at the hinge point of the two parts of the case, the stitching is just completely worn out on that one side. And again you can imagine that just that tiny amount of stress and strain on the stitching there as you open and close the case hundreds of times just means that it's one of the first places where these cases fail. So I'm going to try and repair these two cases just using some simple techniques, and I'll just quickly go over the tools I'll use. So I've got a selection of needles, this white linen thread which is much stronger than normal thread, a thimble, pliers, which I'll just use if I have to pull a needle through a small hole, and brown shoe polish, which I'll just use at the end for colouring in the thread, just so it blends in a bit better with the original stuff. So I'll start with the repair of this case, which I think should be the easier of the two, and I'll start by taking out the camera and looking at the holes where the stitching was. It looks like the repair of this lower part shouldn't be too hard. The top section might be a bit harder though. And I just say that because with the stitching that's closest to the snap fastener, there's just a single layer of leather, while deeper into the case there are two layers, which means that the original stitching there is basically inaccessible if I don't want to disassemble a lot of the case. So I'll think later on about whether or not I want to do that. It might actually be easier just to glue that part of the case rather than sew it. And I've just had a closer look at this area here, and you can actually see there's already glue residue there. So I'll just add a bit of this Yoo-hoo glue and stick the leather down. And as well as adding some extra strength, it should also hold the bit of leather in position while I'm stitching. And with that done, I can begin the repair. So I start at one end, and I'll just go over the first stitch twice just to make sure it's as strong as possible. Now the type of stitching I'm going to do is called a double running stitch, which means I just start at one end and then just go in and out, and when I reach the end I double back and keep stitching until I'm back where I started. And if that doesn't make sense now, it should be clear in a minute. Now I'm quite lucky for this repair in that all the holes are already made, but you can see that despite that I still need to use the pliers sometimes to drag the needle through the holes. Okay, so now that I've reached the end, I'm just going to go over the final stitch twice, just like I did at the beginning, just so that things are nice and symmetrical. And now I can carry on with the double part of my double running stitch. So you can see that I'm just doing the same running stitch as before, except that now I'm just filling in the gaps between the stitches I've just done, if that makes sense. So in the end it'll just look like a nice, neat, continuous stitch done by a machine, which is how it would have looked originally. So that's basically all the stitching done now, and the final step is just to go over all the stitches with a needle and pull them tight, and then just tie a couple of knots. And I have decided just to add a bit of glue to this top part, rather than trying to redo the stitching. I'm just doing that because I don't think this part will be under too much strain when you're actually using the case. And I think glue alone should be easily enough to hold it. So now the repair is basically done. I will just use a Q-tip to add a bit of brown shoe polish to the new stitching, and that's just so it'll blend in better. You can see at the top of the case what the original stitching looks like, and it is just very yellowed or even light brown, either with age or just, accumulated dirt. So with all that done, I think the repair is quite successful. It really does look almost just like original stitching. So that's a close-up, and what the inside looks like. So moving on now to the repair of the second case. And if you remember, it's just the stitching here where the two parts of the case meet that I have to redo. And interestingly, if I open the case up, you can actually see that black stitching there is a previous repair on this part of the case, which apparently just wore out with use, just like the original stitching probably did. And even more interesting is if I bring in the case I just repaired, that white stitching there is another repair on the exact same part of the case. So obviously it is just a weak spot in all of these cases that is prone to failure. And this is what the outside of the repair looks like. So you see the original stitching on the left there, and then the repair on the right. And as you can see, it's really not that neatly done. And when I repair the second case, hopefully I'll be able to do a better job. And just looking at this first case again, I noticed yet another repair that's been done to it at some point in its life. So the whole bottom half of this circular piece you can see is stitched on with black thread, while the top half is done in white. So it looks like the original stitching at the bottom failed at some point and was redone. And it just goes to show how well used these cases and cameras were, and how the owners were just ready to repair them if they broke. But now for the repair of case number 2. So I'll start by removing the black thread from the previous failed repair. And as I said before, this type of repair is slightly more difficult than the one I just did. And that's just because in this particular spot, the stitching isn't accessible from both sides. There are extra layers of leather and material on the inside of the case which cover up the stitching, which just means I can't follow the path of the original stitching, and I might just have to make some new holes. Although mostly I think I'll be able to reuse the holes from the previous repair, which have already been punched through the layers of material that cover the original stitching. So just like before, I'm doing a double running stitch, and there's really not that much stitching to do. So you can see now I've done the first pass, if you like, and now I just need to go back over the stitching I've done and fill in the gaps. And once you've done the first pass, the rest is quite quick and easy. And I'm sorry that the footage here isn't particularly clear, but yeah, unfortunately it's not the easiest thing to film. But that is just about it, so that's all the stitching now finished. So as before, I just need to go over all these stitches and pull them tight, and then just add a couple of knots, and it's done. And yeah, it is looking quite good, as you can see. So that's my repair on the right, and you can see the stitching is just a bit brighter than the original stuff. So yet again, I am just going to use a Q-tip to add a bit of brown shoe polish. And you can see that very quickly, the new stitching begins to blend in with the old stuff. So now we are completely finished, and the repair is almost unnoticeable, which is very nice to see. And that's what the inside looks like. And I didn't show it, but I was actually able to lift up this top piece of material and then do all the stitching underneath it. And then after gluing it back down, it does almost completely hide the repair. Okay, so that's about it. Looking at the cases, I think both repairs turn out quite well. So hopefully this vid was helpful, or at least interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.